Hi, everybody. I'm David Brown, CEO and co-founder of Techstars. Welcome to the Techstars Farm to Fork Demo Day 2020. The stars of the next hour are a group of companies addressing some of the biggest challenges in the food system, including farmers and livestock, supply chain, food and water safety, health and wellness, and sustainability. The founders you're about to meet come from 5 different countries, have been mentored by more than 100 industry experts over the past 3 months, and are excited to show you all the progress that they've made. At Demo Day, it's important to remember that today is not the end of their journey, but rather it's just a step towards their broader goals to build lasting companies that have an incredible impact on the food system. Techstars is excited to be supporting them on this journey. Thank you for taking the time to join us. And thank you to our partners, Cargill and Ecolab. I'll now toss it over to the program's legendary managing director, Brett Brohl.
Thanks, David. Hey, everyone. And let me be the second to welcome you to the Techstars Farm to Fork Accelerator Demo Day. I'm Brett Brohl, the managing director, and on behalf of our partners, Cargill and Ecolab, and our founders who are spread out literally across the globe, thank you for spending just a little bit of your screen time with us today. I know it'll be worthwhile. Today, I'm going to talk a little bit more about Techstars, give you some stats on this year's class, and then we're going to be joined by Doug Baker and David McClendon, the CEOs of Ecolab and Cargill, who are going to talk a bit more about technology and innovation in food and why it's so important. And finally, we're going to have 10 startups pitch and tell you how much they've accomplished in just 3 short months. Techstars is the worldwide network that helps entrepreneurs succeed. There's some stats here on this paper, but honestly, I've gotten to live it for 5 years. I've worked with about 50 companies, and it's incredible to watch the power that the network brings to these founders, be it investors, mentors, corporate partners. When everyone comes together, entrepreneurs truly can level themselves up and take their companies to the next phase. It's amazing. I've been really lucky to be a part of it. One stat that wasn't on that last screen is that about 86% of Techstars companies are either still active or have been acquired. At Techstars Farm to Fork, we've now worked with 29 companies across 3 years. All 29 of those companies are still out there building, working, trying to disrupt and innovate. And they're still leveraging that network and the power of that network to help themselves improve and get better every single day. This year's class was a little bit different. We had to go 100% virtual. And one thing that might be a bit unique to our program was that we were incredibly time zone challenged. We had founders from as far away as Hong Kong, India, the Philippines, United Kingdom, all the way to the West Coast of the United States. It is really hard to find a time that is convenient for everyone when you are spread out across the globe. So I really need to show my appreciation and give my thanks to the founders that put in the time, changed their schedules, their family schedules, their sleep schedules, to make sure they got the most out of this program. And I'm sure they really did. And one reason they did is because of the mentors. I often say that the secret sauce of Techstars is our mentor network. You all come, you give first, and you help founders. And sure, our founders might have had to get up early, but you guys came in and you gave your networks, your advice, your feedback. You're the ones that really help make the difference. Without you, you wouldn't exist. So thank you so much for your work. This year, like every year, we've had an amazing program team. I just want to take a quick second to recognize and thank them. Emily, Grace, Winnie, Sydney, thank you all. Our founders consistently have told us how much value you have brought to them already, and I know that you are going to continue to support and work with them however best you can. John and Eric, our liaisons from Cargill and Ecolab, thank you so much for the effort that you put in to help these founders navigate Cargill, Ecolab, how to work with them, and just general advice to help build and level themselves up. And then finally, I'm privileged to work with Steph Rich, our entrepreneur in residence, and Jess Stahlbaum, our program director. It's so much fun to work with you all. Thank you so much. You know, I couldn't do this by myself. You guys are amazing. Techstars also has a great group of global network partners. Thank you guys for supporting entrepreneurship and entrepreneurs across the globe. We truly do appreciate it, and it's something that's really important that we all need to be doing more of. And last but not least, thank you, Cargill and Ecolab. It's been an amazing 3 years working together. We supported some phenomenal founders, and I know we've all learned and gotten a lot out of it. I'm really excited for the work we've already done and the work that we will continue to do together into the future. And with that, I'm going to pass it over to Doug and DMAC.
Hello, everybody. I'm Doug Baker, Ecolab CEO.
And I'm Dave McLennan, CEO of Cargill.
We're excited to welcome you to our third annual Demo Day as part of the Farm to Fork Techstars Accelerator.
It's no secret that this Techstars class has had to navigate new challenges in an incredibly difficult environment. They're the first all-virtual class, and they're developing new businesses in a rapidly changing world.
But really, that's what this program is all about. Innovation in the food space will play an important role as we look for solutions to support growing population with shifting dietary needs and technological advancements. On the Ecolab side, we were drawn to the Farm to Fork Techstars Accelerator because we believe that it benefits both our organization and the participating companies. In mentoring and sponsoring these startups, we bring our decades of industry and market expertise, helping them explore key strategic themes like rapid experimentation and emerging disruptions. And our Ecolab teams get the chance to plug into the startup mindset and culture, sparking new ideas, new innovations, and new opportunities.
At Cargill, our purpose is to nourish the world in a safe, responsible, and sustainable way. We believe innovation is the key to achieving that purpose, bringing good ideas to scale that will feed people and protect our planet. That's why we're invested in the success of Techstars, because the challenges facing our food system are bigger than any of us can solve alone. And capturing new opportunities often requires bringing new people with fresh perspectives to the table.
As members of the Embold Coalition, both Ecolab and Cargill are excited to represent the food, agriculture, tech innovation, and entrepreneurship present in the Twin Cities community. This latest class, it's an incredibly diverse group of people, and we're grateful for the opportunity to have engaged these entrepreneurs to uncover new technologies and ideas that will support a more sustainable and safer world.
Today's Demo Day is an exciting opportunity to hear more about what our 11 participating startups have been working on over the last several months and to advance their ideas and innovations. So as you listen to their pitches today, we encourage you to reach out to the groups who've captured your imagination and inspired you to see new possibilities ahead of us in the food and ag tech markets.
So thanks for joining us today. Let's get going.
I'm Shane, the CEO of Ayamus Technologies, and I love chicken, from Kentucky Fried to oven roasted and everything in between. And so does the world. Globally, 2,000 birds are consumed every second. That's 62 billion birds a year, worth almost $200 billion. However, the poultry production system is broken. Improper management of the harsh farm environment and inconsistent stimulation of the flock by farmers are two major factors that contribute to billions of pounds of animal feed wasted and 1 billion bird deaths annually. This also results in $9 billion of preventable cost to poultry processors. I know because I've spent half a decade working in these environments and I've seen these problems firsthand. A different approach was needed. So I partnered with Owen and Shane, experts in machine vision and sensor technologies, to develop a better solution. That solution is Gallus. Gallus is an autonomous robot that drives slowly through the poultry barn, measuring environmental data and capturing bird weight while uniformly stimulating activity in the flock. This actually encourages the birds to eat more often, which leads to an increase in productivity and a reduction in weight variability. Furthermore, with Gallus sending real-time data, we help processors triage problem farms so birds at risk of illness get treatment and remain healthy. And a healthier bird is a more profitable bird. We're using a robotics as a service business model to go to market, which removes upfront capital expenditure requirements for our clients, while also providing immediate benefits like healthier birds, which require less feed to reach target weight, reducing cost, lower flock mortality rates leading to more meat recovered from the farm, and higher throughput at the plant and farms improves the return on invested capital. Added together, these solutions unlock a 6 times return on investment. Gallus also provides unrivaled insights into animal welfare that consumers are demanding. Since we started Ayamus 3 years ago, we have spent months in poultry sheds, gathering millions of data points, have built 7 robots on the path to developing our MVP, and are currently working with some of the largest poultry processors in Europe, with a pipeline of 1,400 sheds. But 1,400 sheds is just chicken scratch, as there are 350,000 sheds around the world, representing a $9 billion annual opportunity. And chicken is just the start of our journey, as our solution applies to cage-free layers and turkeys. Taken together, this represents 1 million sheds, which is projected to double over the next 10 years. Our real-time animal health data is also of interest to other stakeholders in the supply chain, including food service and retailers, who are all seeking better insights. Our unique technology gives us the opportunity to establish a multi-billion-dollar annual market. Help us reach our vision to deliver better health, better birds, and better returns for the poultry industry.
My name is Joshi Fang, the CEO and co-founder of Applied Particle Technology, and we're ensuring healthy workers in some of the most dangerous environments. Here, you see a picture of a steel mill in Texas in 2019. Now, even though it's highly polluted, people continue to work in these environments every day. And because of situations like this, every 30 seconds, a worker dies from a toxic exposure. And this isn't just a human problem, it's also a financial one, where worker health and safety costs the US $250 billion across multiple industries, like mining, construction, manufacturing, and oil and gas. Unnecessary exposures and deaths happen because safety engineers lack access to real-time data. And currently they rely on decades-old technologies, which takes weeks to return results, and by then it's too little too late. And we're changing that by providing real-time actionable insights through our automated environmental health and safety platform. Our wearable and stationary monitors can easily be networked to detect toxic dust exposures using particle counters. We stream that data wirelessly onto our cloud platform, allowing us to provide monitoring as a service, giving safety managers and workers necessary insights. For example, do I need a respirator right now, and what's causing these exposures? This is a technology developed by world-class PhDs in the field of environmental engineering. We've known each other for close to a decade and have the knowledge and expertise to disrupt environmental health and safety. The system we developed drastically reduces the cost of safety by providing real-time insights into their engineering controls, PPE usage, risks, and liabilities. And some of the top mining companies in the world are already paying customers. We also won the NASA Earth Space Air Prize and have a contract for lunar dust sensing. We've also started deploying with utilities impacted by wildfires to protect their workers from smoke exposures. They love our device so much that they quadrupled their order within 3 weeks. We started with the $1 billion mining and metals market, but we'll expand to the $12 billion high-risk worker market in fields such as oil and gas, construction, and manufacturing. Thank you, and if you want to play a role in saving workers' lives, feel free to reach out to me. We're Applied Particle Technology.
Hi, I'm Leena, CEO of Economics. And growing up in India, anytime we would get sick, my grandma would insist on us drinking turmeric tea or eating ginger candies. No one knew how these things worked, and yet everyone used them. As the popular saying goes, grandma knows the best. Now, fast forward 25 years, and we still don't know how these work. I noticed this as professor at Harvard Medical School with a PhD in pharmacology. It was there that I met my co-founders Manoj, a professor in genomics and bioinformatics, who grew up with similar experiences in India, and Frank, a world-renowned surgeon and a big believer in alternative medicine. And together, we started Economics. At that time, we noticed that the functional food trend was quickly growing. Consumers were yearning for safe and effective ingredients and products to optimize their health, improving everything from fatigue to immunity to joint pain. In 2018, what had started as a trend had now grown to over a $300 billion industry. Companies were diving in and were making all sorts of wild health claims about their products based on little to no science. These claims have resulted in tens of thousands of emergency department visits per year, leading the FDA to strictly enforce laws, make recalls, and add new laws and regulations. Just this past month, the Department of Justice sentenced executives of a popular company to prison because they used banned substances in their products. Ultimately, the consumer is left with confusion, dissatisfaction, and distrust. The challenge for this industry is that the ingredients that get used in these products vary greatly from farm to farm and batch to batch. Depending on what batch is used and where it is sourced from, for example, CBD or turmeric, could have a totally different biological or functional effect on the consumer, exposing these companies to product differentiation problems, brand risk, and compliance risk. Currently, there is no solution that will measure the functional effect of ingredients between batches in a time and cost efficient manner. So, with our 50 years of combined expertise in genomics, bioinformatics, and AI, we built a product superiority platform that helps companies develop safe, efficacious, and science backed products in a time and cost efficient manner. Our product development solutions have enabled our customers to develop innovative ingredients and formulations. Our Can Trust by Economics ingredient certification solution authenticates the biological or functional effects of ingredients between batches by testing their effect on human genes and thereby human wellness. And our Can Trust by Economics seal of approval brings credibility and consumer trust to these products. Using our solutions, multi-billion dollar companies have saved over $15 million, developed innovative formulations, and discovered safer and cheaper extraction methods. And today, we're happy to announce that we are already exploring projects and partnerships with Cargill, the biggest ingredient supplier in the world. We're well on our way of becoming global functional ingredient certification standard. So from day one, Grandma knew the healing power of these ingredients. We are now optimizing these ingredients using the most cutting edge science to provide the consumers with products that can make them feel their best, aligned with our mission of bringing truth, transparency, and trust to this industry. Our data and technology can be used for everything from precision nutrition to ingredient traceability, from farm to fork to health. So think about this. At the basis of food is an ingredient, and at the basis of human life is a gene. And as we start gaining a deeper understanding of the relationship between these two fundamental building blocks, we bring economics' long-term vision to life of making food as medicine a reality. So if you want to be part of this exciting journey and build a healthier future, please come talk to us. Thank you.
Agriculture supply chains are broken. As our global population evolves, the discrepancy between where food is consumed and where it is produced grows each year. Throughout the last 20 years, we have digitized much of our planet, but our food supply chain has been left on the back burner. We've tried to bring over systems built for manufacturing, but ultimately, food supply chains are too unique for off-the-shelf solutions. Nowhere is this more evident than in dairy. Farmers, processors, transporters, labs, and cooperatives hold on to their own sets of data, typically in spreadsheets, sharing data with others only when it comes time for monthly pay. This leaves too many stakeholders in the dark. The problem is simple. A more effective management system is needed to build the future of the dairy industry. At Milk Movement, we realize this, so we set out on a mission to bring actionable intelligence across the entire dairy supply chain. I'm Rob Forsyth, and I've worked in supply chain for some of the world's largest oil and gas companies. My co-founder John worked as manager of transportation and logistics at a dairy co-op, and while there, he learned the supply chain and its shortcomings inside and out. With John and I, we have 8 employees with experience from startup to scale up and beyond. At Milk Movement, we're already working with 450 farms to help fix the disjointed dairy supply chain, bringing everyone onto a shared cloud-based system. For cooperatives, drivers, and producers, we offer real-time data sharing and deep analytics that automatically monitors and plans for changing supply and demand. We start by giving dairy truck drivers access to our handheld application. This lets them upload all of their pickup and drop-off data during their routes and then tracks more than 50,000 data points in the background. Next, our producer portal gives farmers access to their key production and quality data in real time and allows them to delegate access to other key personnel. Finally, our web-based admin portal displays all of this data, and right here, the entire dairy supply chain can be managed from any web-enabled device. With these three modules, we connect users onto one shared dataset, creating one true source of data. Problems are now solved in 4 minutes or less, and producers now get paid up to 15 days faster. While all of that is important, here is where the real magic happens. With the entire dairy supply chain digitized, milk movement then leverages the power of AI. We now automatically predict the amount of milk on each farm and the amount of milk needed at each plant. This makes it easier than ever to get the right milk to the right plant at the right time. We use a land and expand strategy. We start by providing our core ERP tool to dairy cooperatives. Once we work with and build trust with that client, we then start to roll out additional tools. With one of our clients, we grew revenue by 600% from year 1 to year 3 of working together. We not only see these customers coming to us for more solutions, we see them actually becoming champions for milk movement, encouraging their partners and their peers to become clients as well. In our target market, we have 2.1 million dairy farms and 1.6 million farm-related businesses. Including other verticals like feed and farm supply, our total addressable market is $14.5 billion. As I mentioned, we have 450 farms in our system, 16 processors, and 3 dairy cooperatives, and monthly revenue of $32,500. We have 12 million in our pipeline, including 3 Fortune 500 companies that we're now in negotiations with. We are projected to hit 1 million in ARR by the end of this year, and 10 million by Q4 of 2021. This is just the beginning. We strive to help farmers make better milk and give consumers more confidence in the food that they rely on. If you're interested in helping us tackle these challenges, get in touch with us today.
Hello, my name is Martha Montoya, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Actus, real-time market data for the ag and food supply chain. I have developed many crops from seed to consumers' hands, and I have overseen supply chain and production lines across the world for multinationals with many crops. Strawberries from Mexico into the United States, spargos from Peru to Europe, or oranges concentrate from Brazil to Australia. And throughout my 27 years of careers, I have seen firsthand how the food supply chain impacts and the lack of data impacts our farmers in the globe. You see, for centuries, farmers have harvested without real-time, actually, heck, not any data whatsoever. And it's not only a problem for the farmer, it's also a problem for the buyers across the globe, from the supermarkets to the processing plants to the trucking to the vessels. That lack of data is causing today a loss of 69,000 truckloads per day from farm to distribution center. Everyone in the food supply chain, it's using different type of data systems, inadequate, it's causing inefficiency, it's lacking transparency, and the losses have the same common denominator across everybody: thin margins. Finally, after many crops and years of crops, I decided to call on my 2 brothers, Gustavo, who is a computer science with databases and background of meteorology. My other brother, who looks at the world from the universe inside, he's an aerospace engineer with machine learning and artificial intelligence, creating amazing algorithms. And we call on great team members on all levels. We are creating what it's called the Bloomberg of the agricultural industry. We started with the fastest growing segment, which is the specialty crops, over 500 commodities, over 29 years of historical data, over 50 years of weather patterns, fruits, vegetables, herbs, nuts, plants. We have the 76 variables that impact at any time the food supply chain. And then also 1 billion transactions per second moving on our tool. We take this data and we make it very actionable in a very intuitive, easy format for desktop computers, screens, and also actionable reports in the morning. We came to Techstar with companies on a monthly basis, such as Driscoll's and Dudas and Greenways and Valley Views. And we have grown to yearly contracts of Fortune 100 companies, also the largest fruit and vegetable in the world, and even consulting companies like the Boston Consulting Group. And we started with we closed our seed round, and we started with the specialty crops, which is a $1.8 trillion industry. But we understood that our technology is ready to impact the whole food supply chain, and more interesting, 23 industries. If you are interested in joining us, knowing us, and helping bridge the gap of data among the food supply chain, please contact us. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm here today to tell you about how $72 billion of feed gets bought and sold in the USA each year. I'm Carl Lippert, the co-founder and CEO of Fedex, a nerd who was born on a dairy farm where we feed 1,200 head of cattle and spend about $100,000 a month on feed. My co-founder is a city boy, but he became a dairy nutritionist. He was the guy that helped you decide what to feed your cows and sold it to you. So, I'm the buyer and he's the seller, and we're looking at how the feed industry works. And we wondered, why in 2020? Doesn't it work like the rest of the world? We're literally on a path to have corn on Mars before feed mills stop using fax machines. How is it that 60% of my cost of production is managed like it's 1990? So this is how it works. This is how $72 billion of feed gets bought and sold in the USA each year. 4 phone calls, 7 days, 3 or 4 people, and finally, we have a price quote. We can now talk about animal health and how this will affect production and make a highly educated decision with little or no real economic analysis. 30 days later, if things go well, maybe I pay my feed bill. Next month, we rinse and repeat. Obviously, there are major shortcomings for buyers and sellers in the animal feed industry. But now, there's Fedex, the transparent marketplace for animal feed. For farmers, we save them time and money by giving them a modern input management system that's a side effect of getting work done. By using our feeding app or buy online, we turn weeks into minutes and turn feed costs into feed savings. For sellers, we create new, low-cost market access and risk-free growth. We create all the digital infrastructure sellers need to sell feed. We turn quoting nonsense into performant pricing, and we turn painful logistics into painless productivity. Become the best feed company around, powered by Fedex. So, how's it going? Glad you asked. During Techstars, we have seen massive growth. We hit the ground running with our new marketplace solution, and GMV grew 300%. But that's not all. We have always known that B2B payments was a big thing we need to solve to really get sellers interested. Net 30 terms for new customers has always been a risk on each seller's mind. Fedex is proud to announce we're now offering net 30-day terms. The 5,000 feed mills in the USA shouldn't need to act like banks. Now, they don't have to. Sell feed on Fedex, and you will always get paid on time. Fedex is building a new financial backbone to service animal agriculture. Welcome to the future of feed commerce.
Hi, I'm Arun Seelam, co-founder and CEO of Boson. On an average, American farms lose $6 billion every year on unpredictable labor markets and productivity issues. To combat this, farms are projected to spend $167 billion to implement farm automation systems in the next 5 years. Our solution to this problem is an operating system and app marketplace that runs on affordable electric utility vehicles. Through our solution, farmers can purchase new automation apps that fit their needs right from the truck. For example, a farmer wants to walk the grounds tree to tree, inspecting their crop and irrigation lines. Thanks to Boson's software, the truck is able to driverlessly follow the farmer while collecting data from crop health and water flow. A second example from an existing customer, CRM giant Zoho. They use our operating system and marketplace to deploy attendance and timekeeping apps for the workers in the field. At our core, we have created a software that allows a truck to be programmed like a phone, which means the farmers can do everything from monitoring crops and automating errands just using their light electric utility vehicle. Instead of building one software solution that would solve one problem for the farmer, we built the Android based operating system that allows anyone to develop apps for future customization of the vehicles. Our goal is not to be manufacturer of vehicles, but to enable the manufacturers to build software driven solutions. We have already partnered with 2 American manufacturers to help them sustainably transition from selling vehicle services to selling software on vehicles. And thanks to the legislation, incentives, and global trends, farmers are adopting electric vehicles at an increasingly rapid pace. Today, we make money by selling batteries, powertrains, and software subscriptions. As we grow, the majority of our revenue will come from the app marketplace. And it makes financial sense for farmers to adopt a boson powered solution because it starts at $15,000 versus a traditional automation solution that starts at $200,000. This adoption has already started. On top of our 2 manufacturing partners, we have developed 5 vehicles in India and are scheduled to roll out 14 units in California starting this December. In our app marketplace, a large enterprise software company has already built applications for driver tracking, fleet management, and load monitoring. We are working with a large ag company to monitor farming practices on their tropical plantations and help improve yields. We've been able to build this cutting edge tech thanks to our team. My co founder and I were engineers at Google. We have first hand experience building large and scalable data solutions. We draw from our experience managing massive data systems to manage fleets of electric vehicles. Farmers are going to spend $20 billion by 2025 in purchasing automation equipment and software. Our vision is to empower them, connect them to thousands of software companies, and democratize access to automation apps. Right now, everyone in the world can download apps from their smartphone. There is no reason that you shouldn't be able to do that on your truck. Thank you.
My name is Annie. I'm the CEO of H2O Innovations, and we are solving the world's water problem. 18.2 billion. That's how many gallons of water industrials in the United States alone use every single day. And all of that water needs to be monitored, managed, and treated. However, current methods of water quality management are incredibly inefficient, expensive, and inaccessible, providing little visibility. It requires a scientist to collect grab samples and bring it back to the lab to run tests. As a result, not only is this just a snapshot of your water quality, it also takes hours, days, or even weeks for the results to be returned after the contaminant has already caused critical downtime, efficiency, and environmental challenges. And this method of water management results in $106 billion spent every year by US industrials on water. At H2O Innovations, we have the potential to cut that spend by 1/2. Let me show you how. Our hardware-enabled software system helps heavy water-using industrials optimize water usage and treatment through predictive diagnostics. It consists of 3 components that work collectively in one ecosystem. PhoneScope is a portable microscope that magnifies 140 times and costs $1 to produce. With our mobile app, workers can take a picture of a water sample using their smartphone, which a computer vision algorithm analyzes and tells you instantly if your water is contaminated and the specific microcontaminants in your water. Next, our aqua sensors are proprietary water sensors that measure continuous water chemistry data 100 times cheaper than industry standard water sensors on the market. This allows for mass deployments of hundreds of sensors, providing comprehensive visibility of your industrial deployment site. Finally, our automation control software Neptune pulls it all together. Data collected from our hardware are transmitted by the second to our backend machine learning algorithm, which learns the unique behaviors of the site and provides personalized recommendations of industrial process optimization. Forecasting future upsets, we allow for strategic preventative treatment to be implemented. As a solutions SaaS company, we don't charge any installation fee for the hardware, only a subscription fee based on insights and optimization generated. On day 1 of Techstars, we made a complete pivot from environmental to industrial water. And in the past 87 days, we have been moving forward in conversations for pilots with 6 different Fortune 500 enterprises. And today, I'm excited to announce that we have Cargill as a customer, a partnership with Queen of Raw and Textiles. We're servicing a major chemical company, a pharmaceutical manufacturing company, exploring a plant deployment with Ecolab, and are deploying with one of the world's largest tech companies in their data centers. This work with these enterprises will create a channel for us to reach industrial plants across multiple continents, creating a global presence for water stewardship. And from there, our vision is to amass the world's largest database on real-time water quality information, allowing us to implement smarter decisions regarding environmental management in the face of our climate crisis. We're starting off with industrials as a foothold to scale laterally across countless other verticals in the future. My brother and I co-founded H2O Innovations after becoming passionate about water quality when David's dorm room had brown water. We're a dynamic sibling duo from Harvard and Brown University with complementary skill sets and a common drive of creating a cleaner world. Join us on this journey to do so. At H2O Innovations, we are making H2O okay. Thank you.
I'm Chetan, CEO of Toolsvilla, and today I'm going to tell you about farming in India, which hasn't changed in 200 years. There are 150 million farmers with an average farm size of only 2.5 acres, and sadly, 80% of them are still using traditional hand tools like sickles and shovels for farming. The lack of modernization has major implications on the farmer welfare, food supply, and the economy. Farms in India grow 70% less food per hectare than farms in the United States. Also, compared to a few Indian farms that have modernized, non-mechanized farms in India have 45% higher cost, making farming completely unprofitable. And for this reason, more than 100,000 farmers in India are giving up farming every single year. And at this rate, the food security concerns of the country will become a reality by 2025. Farms have been modernized for several significant reasons. First, there's a lack of education surrounding best farming practices. Also, farmers don't have access to tools for modern farming. They have to travel up to 500 miles to reach a nearby store, only to find limited options of poor quality tools at unreasonable prices. Finally, there are no financing options available to these farmers. The current state of agriculture in India is why more than 500,000 people visit Toolsvilla every month, In just 2 years, we've already modernized more than 25,000 farms, and we are doing $175,000 in monthly revenue. We have grown at over 300% annually. We have accomplished this through our direct-to-farm e-commerce company that has partnerships with more than 300 manufacturers. They supply high-quality tools and implements to these farms through our website, distribution hubs, and courier partners. Through Toolsvilla, farmers have the ability to find, compare, and shop from more than 5,000 modern implements and get them delivered at their doorsteps. To educate these farmers, we leverage our call center and our YouTube channel, which has more than hundreds of training videos and 9 million views. In addition to educating, these two channels also help us drive our exponential sales growth and unmatched reputation for customer service. My wife Varsha and I started Toolsvilla with a vision to transform the way people work. I have extensive experience in supply chain and marketing, which is perfectly complemented by Varsha's experience in software development. We will modernize 150 million farms in India with more than just tools. Customers already want us to offer additional equipment, financing, and other ag inputs. We are building the most trusted brand in the Indian agriculture today, and we will disrupt the multi-billion-dollar ag inputs market in India. Thank you.
This is a sirloin steak grilled to medium rare. It is moist, juicy, and tender. I know this because I ate it. What if I were to tell you that this steak was kept at room temperature for 2 years? The truth is that this steak is not only edible, but also tasty, nutritious, and sustainable. Hi, my name is Felix. I'm the founder and CEO of Exxon. Now, I didn't die after consuming a 2-year-old steak because it is protected by a technology called Advanced Sous Vide Aseptic Packaging, or ASAP, developed by me and my business partner Elton over the last 6 years. We first met when we were studying our master's degree in food analysis and food safety management. The ASAP technology allows us to sterilize food at amazingly low temperatures, around 60 degrees Celsius, so food will not spoil. And because the temperature is so gentle, meats will maintain their juiciness and texture. So why is this technology important? Well, if you look at current data, food wastage is the #1 reason for food insecurity, which leads to malnutrition around the world. Every year, only a portion of the food we produce are eaten. Approximately 25% of the meat and 40% of the fish are thrown away because of food spoilage, overbuying, or expiration dates. That's 100 million tons of food worth $300 billion that could have been used to feed 2.3 billion people. Our technology helps extend the shelf life of meat, eggs, fish, and seafood from days to years. Also, by enabling food storage at room temperature, we help food companies save on freight and inventory cost. The global cold chain market for food is currently sized at $200 billion. By eliminating the need of cold chain, we can help save up to $160 billion and 80% of energy, which would otherwise contribute to air pollution and global warming. By adapting our technology today, you can reduce our global carbon footprint faster than switching your dietary choices alone. And that's just the beginning. The applications of this tech are limitless. Using our technology, meat processors can develop new business models where products are delivered directly to the doorsteps of consumers. In the food service industry, restaurants can prepare Michelin-starred quality meals for events, large or small, with ease and with no wastage. We currently have a pilot factory in Hong Kong for making and testing product prototypes. Next, we are to build a pilot production line in US with an output capacity of 1 ton of food per day in mind. The line will enable prospective customers to experiment with the technology and test their market. Our goal is to help all meat processors and ready-to-eat food companies to make food that are tastier, healthier, and more sustainable. And remember, ASAP products are shelf-storable and can be shipped to every corner of the world. If you can think it, ASAP can do it. The only limit is your imagination. Thank you.